Florida Star. And your producer, Reverend Carl Frederick. He doesn't have a mic today, but hey, Carl.
Hey.
My mic was muted on the live, and I hope you guys are doing as well this wonderful Thursday afternoon. I hope you guys stay hydrated. It was so hot today. Oh my goodness. And I had 2 meetings in the afternoon. I was like, what's going on, people? Why? Why are y'all doing this to us? I said we should just like take siestas or something in the middle of the night. You know what a siesta is? A siesta is like a break. It's what the Spanish do. They usually like take a nap or they close their shop because it's just too hot in the middle of the day. But if you didn't get the luxury of taking a siesta today, hopefully you stayed hydrated and indoors and you covered your skin and you did all the things necessary to stay safe. Um, but before we get too far, guys, do business with one of the oldest Black owned media companies in America now more than ever. It is important for you to support independent and locally owned media. There are weekly subscriptions available at thefloridastar.com, thefloridastar.com. Where are they available, everyone? Thefloridastar.com. You're going to hear that about 5 times during this broadcast. And at this point, if you have not gotten a subscription, I've been doing this show for about a year. If you have not gotten a subscription, what is going on, man? It's only like $80 for 2 years. They send it to you in your email. So that weekly subscription, you don't have to wait for somebody to drop it off at the house. Go ahead and support the Florida Star. If you like what we're doing here, find different ways to help support what we're doing here. You could just hand me $5 and I'm not going to say no. But I would love it more if you would get a subscription to the Florida Star or ask a local business to hold the Florida Star for you. Please. And once again, thefloridastar.com. So for those of you that are going out, please call in. If you're listening around the area to see what's going on tonight, let us know. So check in with the crew. What y'all got going on tonight? Give us a call at 904-766-9285 or 904-766-3401. Today we are going to be joined by Miss Felicia Johnson, and we might be joined by a special guest. We got a quick phone call before we got into the studio today. So in the second half or in the middle of the show, Miss Felicia Johnson will be on and she will be discussing with her impact in the community. She is a young Black woman and she has started a scrub line. I know I said that weird. I've never worked in the healthcare industry, but I do know people who are in like cosmetology school and they gotta wear scrubs, and obviously the nurses and massage therapists, all of that, So she has designed some scrubs. She has a line of them, and they are really nice, really comfortable, and great for the community to support what she's got. I'd love to get her information and definitely post it on our group page. So this lady, Miss Felicia Johnson, she's doing a lot of stuff in the community, and she has also started a line of scrubs. So let's check her out and support her. A quick news break for the listeners of WCGL from the Florida Star. A 59-year-old woman has reverse diabetes and high blood pressure. She launched a health and wellness retreat for Black women. After an early diagnosis with high blood pressure and diabetes, 59-year-old Jacqueline Glass from Harlem, New York, began her journey towards transformative health. Through diet and exercise, she was able to change her trajectory and reverse her diabetes, eliminate all prescription medication, and ultimately save her life. This was on the FloridaStar.com article. And some fine things going on out there. A library has waived fines after an overdue library book was returned 76 years later by Zinger News by Simona Kit Tosnowska, a library has waived fines for over more than $3,600 after an overdue library book was returned. A whopping 76 years late, Charlie's study came across This Way to the Tomb, a play by Ronald Duncan, when tidying up a bookcase at his house and discovered it was due back on July 17th, 1946. Oh my goodness. Talk about talk about oh my goodness, talk about forgetting. $3,600 for a library found. You know what? I'd like to just go ahead and do a quick plug for Jacksonville Public Libraries. They are fine free, so you just have to return the book. Yes. But please return the books to your library. So please go and support your local library, and hopefully you don't have any of those books laying around. If you do, you can return them now with no fines. Here's another story. Creepy art. Eerie paintings by the notorious killer clown John Wayne Gacy are up for auction. By the same Simona K. A set of creepy oil paintings by a notorious killer clown John Wayne Gacy could fetch thousands at auction after being found gathering dust in a cupboard in a house in England. The American serial killer made the sinister artwork, which depicts a terrifying skull-faced clown. Ooh, and the seven dwarves on death row during the 1990s. Ugh. You guys heard the name John Wayne Gacy. You know it's something weird. Another story. Despite apathy, activists and strategists urge Black voters not to sit out this 2022 midterms. This is for all my people out in Georgia. You guys have some midterms coming up. Okay? We need you guys down here. We need you guys to stay active, stay a part of the political process, because the failure of Congress to pass legislation like the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act have frustrated African Americans. And with new voter suppression laws and the leaked Roe versus Wade opinion, the assault on many other rights, some question whether the voting bloc that allowed Democrats to take the White House and the Congress in the past election will hold strong. So please read this article by Ms. Stacey Brown about paying attention and being active in the political process. Last story, American Petroleum Institute lays out solutions for rising gas prices, guys. The average price of a gallon of gas, we all know, has hit record numbers, okay? In Los Angeles and Philadelphia, it's like $7. All right, for real. They had showed a 7-Eleven with the gas price of 7-Eleven. So this week, prices rose nationally by about 4 cents, and consumers are wondering why the costs are so high. A study of fact sheets provided by the American Petroleum Institute suggests that it's complicated, and it could include a lot of things like more production, right? They want to drill some more. So please read that article by Miss Stacy. And also, just in case you did not know, on our front page, we have some great stories about Corrine Brown announcing her candidacy and for the District 10, and our own Florida Senator Audrey Gibson announces her run for mayor of Jacksonville. These are the great things you can find on thefloridastar.com. This has been the Impact Radio Show. We're coming up on a break, guys. See you after the break with Miss Felicia. When you're done, you can show the second comment. Some of it just hearts. I show the highlights, but whenever we're talking, like in the middle of the song. Hey. Somebody said hello. You see that? You can show that comment too. Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. Welcome back to the Impact Radio Show presented by the Four Star Guys. We're getting a lot of great comments. Nice to see you all. Thank you for joining us. All right, now it is time to introduce Miss Felicia Johnson. She is a young lady doing a lot of stuff in the community. All right. Can you hear us, Miss Felicia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Welcome to the Impact Radio Show.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit what you got going on. I know Dr. Shaun made the introduction. So, tell us a little bit about what you and Dr. Shaun have going on.
Ooh. Well, I have my own. I just started a homemaking companion service business, healthcare business, to help bridge the gap in the community. To help our seniors and to be able to, with peculiar healthcare, it's not just about work; it's passion. We do it with love and it's servitude. When you look at serving, you do it with your whole heart.
Right.
So I have a homemaker companion service business called Peculiar Healthcare LLC, and also I'm starting a scrub line, uniform line. So
Right.
we work
So
with.
this is what I saw. Though they look really cute. If I'm going to say anything about it, right, they definitely make you look unique. What was
Yes,
your
ma'am.
thought process about starting a scrub line?
I just wanted to, I'm different, and it's
Mm,
I think it's me personally. If you're gonna work, even healthcare field, doing hair or whatever the case may be, you can be comfortable, have confidence in working, be comfortable, look unique, and it just enjoy working. Like you can't work and have on tight scrubs. How you gonna move around? How you gonna feel comfortable when you have on tight scrubs?
right.
So basically,
You
just feeling comfortable, being yourself, being you.
That is so impactful, truthfully, because I'm sure those scrubs, are not really made for us. It's not really made for people with curves. It's not really made probably to be in for a long amount of time. So the fact that you're in the profession and you took the time to um, focus on how you wanted it to look, how you wanted it to be different. That is excellent. And we thank you so much for that. What else
Yes.
you got going on with Miss Shaun?
Um. And I know one thing. God is amazing. With the
Yes.
acting, singing. I'm just gonna step out on faith and let God do what He gonna do. So I just want to be able to bring my gift, use my gift, live in my purpose. That God created for me to live in. So it's all about changing the narrative.
That's what's up. That's what's up. People I was listening to the pastor before we got on. People don't know that when we get in the studio, we do get an opportunity to listen to everything that we got going on around us. And she was talking about the power of prayer and how you have to get yourself in a mindset for prayer. You can be
Yeah.
praying the same prayer, asking for the same prayer, but if you and yourself are not ready to receive it, if you yourself are still holding grudges, if you yourself are still
Oh,
doing all kinds of stuff, you cannot
yes,
you cannot be open to it. So I
yes.
I know that you may have been asking for certain things for some time, but you now get an opportunity
Um,
to shine, and it seems like it's coming in overload. But baby, it's your time. That's just all that means. It's your time. It's
that's
it's
right.
time for you.
I'm real firm on everything happens in God's timing. Sometimes we try to operate and move in our time, but it's not our time, it's all God's timing. We don't know what our
Mhm.
plans are. He does. So everything is already mapped out. And what people don't tend to understand is that everybody have a different road that we have to go down. Everybody don't go down the
Right.
same road. We have the some people may have the same goals, but our road is different. Sometimes God tell us to go right, and we detour and go left.
Mm.
So it's
And we
all
don't even know. We be like, but he said, but we want to go over there and do all of that. But I like the candy over there. If you don't take your butt back on the right
that's
path,
right.
so
Yes,
how can people get in contact with you or get a look at these scrubs?
yes, ma'am. So we actually, I'm still working on it. We're getting ready to get ready to launch soon. I do have an Instagram page called Peculiar Scrubs, and also my healthcare page is I have a Facebook page, Peculiar Healthcare LLC, and I also have an Instagram page for Peculiar Healthcare. So I'm on all social media platforms, so they can reach me that way. And my personal page is Felicia Johnson. So they have me for
Yes.
thing. I'm working on the website for the Peculiar Scrubs, but the Peculiar Healthcare LLC, the Homemaker Companion Service website is up.
Peculiar. It's spelled like it's supposed to be spelled. So if you don't know how to spell peculiar, pull your dictionary out like your dad used to make you and sound it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Peculiar
Well,
healthcare.
yes, ma'am. It's all about
Yeah.
servitude, and
And being
I see. Yes, I senior need us.
most
By me
definitely.
working in the by me working in the healthcare field, I've seen where a lot of families have complaints, and I also seen where residents like they can be having a bad day. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And um, it just you have to go with the right attitude, the right spirit. You have to have passion. If you're in it for the money, you're in it for the wrong reason. If you don't have the heart and the passion for it, you shouldn't be doing it.
That's so true.
It's
That's
all
so
about
true.
caring for them, and it's all about is but once you get a resident, they become a part of your family. That's how I see it. Because I put myself in their shoes. If it was my mom or my grandma or anybody,
Mhm.
I would want them to be treated. So you got to
Mhm.
treat those people families like they're yours.
You are so true. And I'm sure some people here listening on WCGL are interested in that kind of service. So it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
definitely a blessing to have you in that kind of purpose, looking for people to do that kind of work. Because I know if it was my mom, if it was my
Right.
grandmom, if it was my great grandmom, I would want somebody with a purpose for it, not just in it trying to say, "Ooh, I'm gonna do this class and make some quick
Right.
money, and then come up on this." Baby, no, you have to have a heart for caring for people, and our
Yes.
seniors deserve the best. Point
Yes,
blank
ma'am.
period.
They do. They do. They absolutely do.
Thank you
And
so much, Miss Felicia.
I love it.
Can you let us know how people can get back in touch with you one more time before we go to break?
Yes, ma'am. My Instagram is Peculiar Healthcare LLC. That's for homemaker companion service business for Peculiar Scrubs. I am on my Instagram is Peculiar Scrubs. So I'm working on my Facebook page, but they can reach me on my personal Facebook is Felicia Johnson. My business page is Peculiar Healthcare LLC on Facebook.
All right, peculiar healthcare. You need something different, y'all. Don't just go to that ordinary run of the mill. Go to something, get you something peculiar and pay for it, right? You want something good, you
Yes,
want
ma'am.
quality. Please support this young lady. It was so nice to meet you, Ms.
Yes,
Johnson.
ma'am. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. It's been the Impact Radio Show. Do not go away. Thanks so much, Felicia.
Thank you, and Dr. Cheyenne for having me. Thank y'all so much.
No problem. It's gonna be live on YouTube, okay? So you can send that link on YouTube, all right?
All right, yes, ma'am.
All right, let's swap. You can scoot in or turn the page. Or turn the thing.
Boy, y'all done got a whole studio. Y'all got a whole.
We gotta go. You see, they didn't change the mics and everything. It's nice here. That's you're doing the moment, but you'll break him in for a second.
Okay. Are you speaking as well?
No, I'm done now. You want me to hold it? Here.
Hey, you know how to do that.
Well, look at y'all.
You don't understand. When she was delivering newspapers, oh, okay.
Welcome back to the Impact Radio Show, presented by the Florida Star. I am your executive producer, your African gentleman, Reverend Carl Frederick Y'all know what time it is. It is your Impactful Thursday. But before we get into our impactful moment, we have a very familiar face in the building today, Mr. Nitro himself, Mr. Shaun Next.
Hey.
What's up, Mr. Shaun?
Well, number one, it's always good to be back on the Impact Radio Show.
Number one, I just want to say you a bully, man. I be watching you on your Instagram. You be beating them little kids up, bro. Like, come on, man.
To put things in context, their parents signed the waiver.
It's all right.
That's why I tell people. I tell people all the time, I'm famous. Little kids know who I am. So, but it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. African gentleman and African gentlewoman.
We're not doing this.
Hey man, but we know it's the Impact Radio Show, so we always trying to figure out like what's what people are doing to impact the community. What you been doing, lately, to impact the community, Nation.
All right. Well, this is a great opportunity. I'm very thankful for it. The Florida Star newspaper, OPO, and a great legacy of all those who have paved the way for us to be here. For me, my goal is to serve at a greater capacity. You're a Bible scholar as well. Isaiah 1:17, it says to do good, seek justice, and defend the oppressed. And I look at running for City Council District 7 as an opportunity to serve at a greater capacity.
That's what's up, because the tag team on that, Paul told Timothy to don't be weary in your well-doing. Because it's like every time you turn the news on, it is something else that can really, really unmotivate you to want to make a change. But I see you everywhere. And so you definitely do not, get weary in your well-doing. So what are your views on like small businesses or even everybody just trying to make a comeback?
Yeah, yes. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna call it my platform real quick. Economic growth and development, small business success, and making our community safer. When it comes to small businesses, I am a small business owner. He was talking earlier about children. Children are my passion. And if we're not doing anything to make this world better for the next generation, I believe we're wasting our time. So with small businesses, navigating through city processes, procedures, getting access to capital, finding funding, that's huge. And then for those brick and mortar businesses, I've heard all kinds of horror stories, especially in my district, about how hard it is to be able to navigate through city processes. You get this done for the life safety plan. You get this done for code enforcement. Then you got to get this done for the fire marshal. So it's like a never ending cycle to where it's almost a deterrent. My goal in local government is to be your advocate. I want to be your advocate.
And we appreciate that because we're not really brick and mortar, but like we hear about how food trucks are being put through loops and bounds just to set up now. So this is like almost not even a point sometimes to set up if you're not, out there hand over fist and, bringing in profit. So like we definitely need that advocate,
And now one of the things that I've also done is I've been trained from the Stand Together Foundation on different social capital enterprises, small businesses. And one of the best models that I've seen for food trucks is Austin, Texas. They have food truck districts, meaning that they have colleges, they have the big downtown, but even within the downtown areas, they have areas set aside specifically for vendors and food trucks. And it's like wonderful setups. It's got like the tables and everything, so that way people can park on the road, but at the same time get a chance to sit down, enjoy the atmosphere, the food, their families. And I would love to see how we might be able to duplicate something like that right here in Duval. I saw Cattleman's. Oh my goodness, I cannot think of her. Right there on the corner of Dunn Avenue and Harts Road, Miss Ballard, Tierra. But like I said, well, what's the name of her food truck? But anyways, the food is delicious. And just imagine if people who are riding up and down 95 knew that they could pull over and they could taste Duval.
Right.
Like this.
Shout out to Hook 'em Up, because he be over there hooking them up. Listen.
Louis, was it Louis Crab? Is it Louis Crab? They be killing it too.
Yeah,
with the seafood and the food trucks. And like I said, my goal is to help them be able to build capacity.
Yeah, man. So we
Can
just
I
want
bother
you.
y'all for a moment?
Yes.
Can you move his mic stand out the way because we can't see your face next time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
And I'm melanated.
Hey.
Right. So if you want to change the name to Chocolate Nitro, no, that's a little too chocolate. We're not going to do that to you. Go ahead and call out your, how they can support your campaign, how they can, reach out to you on your social media, man. Go ahead and let everybody know how they can get a hold of you.
VoteNix4Jax.com. VoteNix4Jax.com. We do have a special election coming up right here for District 7, which covers all of downtown Jacksonville. The east side, out east, Brentwood, Norwood, Gulf Fair, Springfield area, Spar area, Gateway Shopping Center, Brooklyn, that portion of Riverside, coming all the way up Dunn Avenue, Harts Road, Turtle Creek, Biscayne,
Yes.
Baptist Health North, Pecan Park Road, First Coast High School, Andrew Jackson High School, Panama Park, Duval Station Road, Bainbridge Estates. It's an all hands on deck. If you want significant change, you got to get out and go vote. August 23rd, to contribute to the campaign, VoteNix4Jax.com, VoteNix4Jax.com. And as you know, this is not a one man or one woman show. I tell people I need your help. And the African proverb is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
Thank you, Mr. Shaun. We will give you all of our support. Remember to please vote for Nix Jax. We're going to go ahead and jump into our impactful moment for this evening. I am going to hit y'all what was my mantra. I was actually inspired to change my moment, by a guest, because the reason why I started African Gentleman was because it was hard for me to find African clothes for men. And so, like she was saying that, she developed a passion for because she's different. One thing I can say, when you shop with African Gentlemen, you will not see yourself walk down the street. But Proverbs 16:9 is my life verse. The New Living Translation says that we make our plan, but God determines our step. The American Standard, one of my versions, says a heart devises his way, but Jehovah directs his steps. Listen, I had a plan for my life. Okay? I knew what it looked like. By now, I'm supposed to have a big old church. We already got the 5 kids, got the beautiful girls. So I got a lot of stuff checked off. But I was supposed to be driving a certain type of car. All of this stuff that I had planned. But you would have never told me that the things that I have went through brought me to a point where the Lord is growing me in a successful business. I was not thinking about fashion when I was in seminary. Okay, Shaun? Fashion was not on my mind. I wore a lot of clothes, but fashion was not on my mind when I was in seminary. But when I think about all of the blessings that God brought me, because even though I had plans, I let God direct my steps. I've tried guiding the horse my way. I got tired of getting kicked off that animal. I used to tell people all the time, I don't have to be a Jonah preacher. Don't follow me. See, y'all don't understand how defiant Jonah was. Not only did he sleep on the boat, but he told the people, I am the problem, but the only way y'all gonna solve the problem, not I'm gonna get off the boat, but y'all got to throw me off the boat.
Yeah, in a minute.
Don't fight where God is directing you. We all think our plans is where they are. You better pencil them plans in, because the moment that God began to move his direction, it is always going to end up in a good plan for you. We want to thank y'all for watching the Impact Radio Show. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank Shaun Hollywood Productions, Crumple for Success, Doing Talk Productions, of course, African Lady, I got to say that first, your African Gentleman, the RitzJax.com. Please support the Ritz. But this has been your Impact Radio Show. Thank you, Shaun, for stopping through. Thank you, Miss Felicia Johnson, for being our host today. We return you now to your regularly scheduled gospel music.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.